Following an announcement last summer, it was reversing its decision and releasing some more information in October. General Motors has now officially said that the next generation Chevrolet Bolt EV will make its public debut in 2025. This announcement was made by GM CEO Mary Barra at the Detroit Automotive Press Association. What do we know about the new upcoming Chevrolet Bolt? In 2025, the entry-level EV will make a comeback on GM's Ultium platform. When EV buyers discovered that GM intended to cease production of the current Chevy Bolt at the end of the year, they were dismayed. We have progressed so far that it's now time to plan to end the Chevrolet Bolt EV and SUV production, Barra said when she announced the news in April. The announcement was made as GM prepared to switch to Ultium-based vehicles, which would include the upcoming electric Equinox, Blazer and Silverado EVs. Barra announced that GM would introduce a next-generation Bolt EV on its Ultium platform following a favorable response. During the Q3 results call, GM's CEO clarified that the upcoming Bolt will provide an even better driving, charging and ownership experience. Cost will be reduced because the next Chevy Bolt EV will be the first Ultium car in the US to use LFP batteries. According to new UAW agreements, the new Bolt will be manufactured at the company's Fairfax, Kansas plant, sources told Reuters last month. The article claims that GM plans to construct the Bolt in Fairfax before launching a new line of high-end EVs from Chevy and Cadillac. There may be a performance Corvette EV in the new lineup. Up until now, GM had not confirmed any further information, such as the debut date. Barra said at the Automotive Press Association in Detroit that the next generation Chevy Bolt will go on sale in 2025. The decision to bring it back in 2025 was influenced by the fact that it has been really a fantastic year, according to Barra. Barra expressed disappointment with the business's Ultium-based EV manufacturing in 2023 last week, but the company has made substantial improvements. GM anticipates a recovery in 2024. Automation was constraining the company, but that should be lifted by the middle of next year. Third quarter production of Ultium finally began to increase. 4,222 Ultium-based EVs were provided by GM, an increase of more than 200% from Q2 1395. GM anticipates an increase in sales with the introduction of new models like the Blazer EV. With 15,835 units sold, the Chevy Bolt is still leading the pack in the interim. Barra thinks that more people will adopt EVs if they can afford them, like the new generation Bolt and Equinox. The excellent news about the Bolt replacement notwithstanding, GM is delaying a number of significant EV projects. Production of the Equinox, Silverado RST and GM Sierra Denali EVs would be delayed by a few months, the company revealed. Delays can cause GM to regress, with the Bolt and Nissan Leaf dominating the market. New inexpensive EVs such as Volvo EX30 CR-V and the Fiat 500e are making their way into the US. As EV adoption reaches all-time highs, GM will miss a crucial window of opportunity with 2 more years till launch. The Equinox EV launch has previously been postponed by the firm. The predicted $30,000, now $35,000 base model of Chevy's best-selling SUV isn't expected until the end of next year, but the electric version may help close the gap as an inexpensive choice. Why is GM bringing back the Bolt, the best-selling electric vehicle that it nearly killed off? When General Motors announced in July that the little Chevrolet Bolt EV will be redesigned rather than discontinued completely at the end of 2023 as originally anticipated, it shocked investors as well as enthusiasts of electric vehicles. CEO Mary Barra provided additional information on the rationale for the decision to keep the Bolt in production during GM's earnings call. She also hinted at what enthusiasts of the vehicle might anticipate when redesigned EV goes on sale. According to Barra, GM had initially intended to introduce a number of freshly created EVs in entry-level markets at a cost of roughly $5 billion. However, considering the success of the present Bolt, sales of the model are already at an all-time high in 2023. It made sense to redesign the existing car instead. With a vehicle we know customers love, we will deliver an even better driving, charging and ownership experience by leveraging the best features of today's Bolt EV as well as Ultium, our latest software and NACS, stated Barra. In the process, we are delivering a significantly more affordable battery pack using purchased LFP cells while saving billions in capital and engineering expenses. The Bolt was a late 2016 release that was initially intended for the ride-sharing sector, but sales never quite lived up to GM's initial expectations. However, a number of price reductions, the introduction of a more spacious crossover-like SUV model in 2021, and the continuously rising interest in EVs among American consumers all contributed to the Bolt's sales boom in what were meant to be its last years. A major factor in GM's decision to continue producing the Bolt was that sales upstick. In 2022, sales increased by over 50%, reaching little over 38,000 Bolts. With about 50,000 Bolts sold until the end of September, this year's sales have already exceeded that figure. To be clear, there will be a temporary break from the Bolt. GM has not yet announced the date or location of the new Bolt release. The company still intends to stop producing the existing model at its Michigan plant at the end of this year. Chevy Silverado and GMC Sierra pickup vehicles from General Motors will be produced entirely electric at the Bolt's present Michigan facility after it is retooled. However, the new Bolt is destined to keep attracting new customers with its long-lasting and reasonably priced lithium iron phosphate battery cells, GM's enhanced Ultium platform, the newest software, and NACS charging connections that let it utilize Tesla's supercharger network. Our unit costs will be substantially lower and we are getting to market at least 2 years faster, stated Barra. What sets the Chevrolet Bolt apart from other electric vehicles? The Bolt EV has an affordable price tag. The Chevy Bolt EV offers more for less in a time when most base versions of electric vehicles are becoming more expensive due to longer battery runs. In contrast to gasoline cars, which must factor in both ongoing maintenance costs and the price at the pump, electric cars often just require a one-time investment. Although gasoline-powered vehicles can be afforded to be inexpensive initially, over time the cost at the pump adds up, making them rather pricey. Not only is the initial cost of ownership of the Chevrolet Bolt EV comparable to those of gasoline-powered vehicles, but it also has nearly negligible maintenance and recharge expenses. The economical Nissan Leaf, which retails for little over $28,000, delivers 212 miles. The least expensive Tesla Model Y, which costs approximately $54,000, offers 279 miles, and so on. The 259-mile battery range of Chevrolet Bolt EV is available for such an absurd price. With this, regular commuting is very much within reach and cross-country travels are highly doable while conducting errands within the state. With a 66 kWh battery pack, 259 miles of range translates to an efficiency rating of 3.9 miles per kilowatt-hour. This figure is comparable to that of the more costly Tesla Model Y, but it is better than the 3.4 and 3.3 miles per kilowatt-hour provided by other vehicles such as the Hyundai Ioniq 5 and Kia EV6 respectively. Also, the interior materials of the Chevrolet Bolt are more luxurious than those of comparable cars at its price range in the ICE and EV domains. For its size, the seating is roomy and comfy. Additionally, it offers an extremely roomy 16.6 cubic feet of cargo space behind the back seat and up to 57 cubic feet when the rear row is folded down. It's helpful to know that this cargo area is 1.2 cubic feet smaller than the hatchback model, but 3.5 cubic feet larger than the similarly priced Toyota Corolla sedan for someone considering the switch from gas to electric vehicles. Despite having one of the lowest load capacities among EVs, its extremely modest size allows for plenty of head and legroom for passengers to enjoy optimal comfort. Furthermore, the Bolt EV's resale value is very high. After 5 years, depreciation is taken into consideration, and it is shown that the Chevrolet Bolt will only lose 27% of its original cost. Reselling for $19,345 for an initial investment of $26,500 isn't a bad idea at all. Do you own an old model Chevrolet Bolt, or are you planning to purchase the new upcoming EV Chevrolet Bolt? What are your thoughts on the all-new Chevrolet Bolt? Do share your views in the comments section. For more interesting stories and updates, subscribe to this channel and do not forget to press the bell icon for notifications. Goodbye.